It all started at the blacksmith shop. Kai and Nia were selling weapons to people. Life was great. Then suddenly out of nowhere, skeletons showed up. They came for a map. And Nia! All hope seems lost for Kai until Sensei Wu showed up. Crud! They ran away with Nia. Sensei Wu tells Kai about the golden weapons and Lord Garmadon, and that he should join his ninja team. Kai gets skeptical, but then he decides he's sure to save his sister. Yeah, I'll do it. Kai does not do so good at first. Little help? Eventually, though, he does earn his ninja robe. He is also accompanied by 3 other ninja. Together, they set out to find the golden weapons. They use their ninja abilities to get past the skeletons. They retrieve the Scythe of Quakes, but encounter trouble. They have to battle against the skeletons. That is until they learn Spinjitzu. The skeletons run for their lives. The ninja remain victorious, until a dragon shows up. They receive the shurikens of ice, and encounter a dragon. They receive the nunchucks of lightning, but encounter another dragon. Later that night, Kai wakes up and heads to the fire temple. He makes it there, but then he encounters Lord Garmadon, a dangerous villain who claims if he gets a sword of fire, he can save his sister. Help me! So he grabs the sword of fire to save Nia. Meanwhile, the skeletons steal the other golden weapons. The ninja try to get them back, but they fail. Sensei Wu arrives, but only for the sword of fire. He sacrifices himself by falling into the underworld. No! Kai and Nia becomes friends with a dragon. The ninja arrive in the underworld with their dragons. Sensei Wu and Samukai engage in a fight. Samukai wins and has all 4 golden weapons. Unfortunately, nobody can possess all 4, so that results in Samukai's death. Since the golden weapons were combined, they create a portal that Garmadon goes into. See ya! Garmadon has escaped, so they're gonna have to fight him another day. Kai and the others return to the blacksmith shop. Nia was able to reunite with her brother, so it looks like everyone's happy, except for Jay. Hey, what about me? Okay, now everyone's happy. Meanwhile, Lord Garmadon's son, Lloyd, discovers a serpentine tomb. I surrender! Lloyd has control of an entire tribe of snake people. They attack a nearby village, but mostly for unhealthy junk food. The ninja arrive on time to save the day. Hello there. Later that day, the ninja learn about the prophecy of the Green Ninja, the most ultimate ninja ever. So they train to become the Green Ninja. Lloyd orders the Serpentine to build him a treehouse, but they decide to betray him. The ninja arrive to defeat the Serpentine, but they hypnotize one of them. Luckily, Sensei Wu shows up with a flute that can cure hypnosis. Whoa! They return to the monastery, only to find it burned to the ground. Fortunately, Zane is able to find a new home, an old pirate ship called Destiny's Bounty. Since Lloyd was betrayed, he looks for another tribe, and they are eager to help him. Jay and the ninja team arrive at his parents' junkyard, only to find out it's being taken over by snakes. Luckily, the ninja are able to escape by modifying their base to fly. Get back here! Lloyd commands his snake army to attack the other snake army, but it turns out the generals of the snake armies are friends. Lloyd is betrayed once again. Lloyd looks for another snake army, but a remaining survivor finds him.
Now listen closely.
Pythor, the purple snake, explains to Lloyd how they should be friends. A beautiful friendship is made, until Pythor ditches him. Lloyd gets caught by the ninja. Sensei Wu tells Lloyd that they should be friends. Lloyd is okay with that. The ninja are ambushed by more Serpentine. They try to use their master's flute, but it gets stolen. But then a mysterious samurai shows up and scares away all the snakes. Pythor organizes a meeting for all the snakes in order to attempt to unite them. It turned out to be a disaster, until Pythor finds the lost city of Ouroboros. All of the Serpentine accept him as their leader. Lloyd tries to fit in, but he gets exposed. The ninja try to save Lloyd, but then the samurai shows up, who turns out to be Nia. You're the samurai? They all escape the city, except for Lloyd. Sensei Wu travels to another realm and encounters Lord Garmadon, who now has 4 arms. Wu tells Garmadon that his son is in danger, which encourages them to work together. Meanwhile, Zane learns about his past and finds out he's a robot. But that's how he unlocks his true potential. Pythor finds the first Fang Blade, but Nia tries to stop him, but that does not work out so well. Jay arrives to save Nia, and he earns her heart. Yeah! Also, this is how Jay unlocks his true potential. Cole meets his dad after a long time, and the ninja enter a talent show. They win a Fang Blade as a prize, until Pythor tries to kill Cole's dad. He gets away with the Fang Blade, and Cole unlocks his true potential. Sensei Wu comes home with Lord Garmadon, which creates trust issues. But they are told that they're just gonna have to be friends. At the Fire Temple, Pythor finds the 3rd Fang Blade and has Lloyd with them. Kai leaps into action to save Lloyd. He takes out his sword, which ignites the Fire Temple. Luckily, they escape the Fire Temple before it explodes. Everyone finds out that Lloyd is the destined green ninja. What a plot twist! The ninja try to retrieve the 3 Fang Blades, but they are captured and Pythor finds the 4th. All of the Fang Blades have been found. Lloyd arrives to save his friends, but is vastly outnumbered. Or is he? The ninja are rescued and they take the Fang Blades, but Pythor sneaks into their base and takes back the Fang Blades. Pythor brings the Fang Blades to Ouroboros. Sensei Wu tries to stop him, but Pythor succeeds in unleashing a giant hungry snake. The snake eats both Wu and Pythor. Lord Garmadon arrives to help. He claims he can defeat the giant snake by possessing the golden weapons. They lure in the giant beast, and Lord Garmadon moves in to destroy it. Lord Garmadon succeeded, but he gets away with the golden weapons. Sensei Wu is alive. Lord Garmadon forges the golden weapons into a mega weapon. He uses the mega weapon to create pirates. Yar! But that doesn't work out so well, so then he uses the mega weapon to create evil ninja clones. Destroy the ninja! That also doesn't work out so well. You guys are not the real ninja! He also tries to win a race, but he loses. Aww. Later that night, the ninja turn into little kids. Ah! Sensei Wu shows up with a tea that can make them older. It works, but it also affects Lloyd, and now he's older. Garmadon travels to the past in order to create a splinter in time. Garmadon is defeated when the mega weapon is destroyed. Lloyd ends up beating his long-lost mother, Misako. Mom? Also, the stone warrior turns to life and terrorizes everyone. Lloyd lures the savage into a trap. Meanwhile, Lord Garmadon stumbles upon a mysterious island and meets an evil being called the Overlord. Underneath Ninjago City, more stone warriors come to life. Everyone is in danger, so the ninja arrive to help the civilians evacuate the city. The Overlord shows Lord Garmadon the celestial clock. It tells him when he has to fight his son by wearing this helmet. The Stone Warriors are summoned to create a super weapon to conquer Ninjago with. Zane and Wu discover the mysterious island. So the ninja set off for adventure to the island. On the way to the Dark Island, the ninja find a lighthouse, where Zane ends up finding his father. Unfortunately, he ends up dying soon, so he won't be as important.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
On the island, the ninja come across the Temple of Light. By striking an instrument, they're able to gain new elemental weapons. Misako steals Garmadon's helmet in order to prevent him from fighting Lloyd. They try to stop the battle, but they fail. They are forced to retreat, but Nia gets captured. Lord Garmadon turns Nia evil, and the ninja are forced to fight her. Lloyd arrives to stop Garmadon. Stop! But he is too late as Garmadon fires the super weapon onto Ninjago. The Overlord betrays Lord Garmadon and takes over his body. Lloyd still engages him into a fight, but he completely loses. The Overlord and his army escape to Ninjago. The ninja are stranded on the island until they find a golden robot suit. They make it back to Ninjago, but they have to deal with technical difficulties. The end of the ninja has come, until Dareth controls them by using Garmadon's helmet. Lloyd confronts the Overlord once again, but this time he becomes the Golden Ninja and becomes more powerful than ever. No! The Overlord is destroyed and Ninjago is saved. I'm back! Lord Garmadon returns, but this time as a human. Hello, son. Peace has been restored. Until a man named Cyberborg gives the ninja a gift. How thoughtful. It is destroyed and the ninja receive digital weapons called Technoblades. The ninja are in trouble, but they learn that they can use their Technoblades to hack machines. Lloyd jumps in to help, but that only makes things worse. Sensei Wu gets captured, so the ninja are forced to leave the city without him. It turns out the Overlord is back.
I'm back.
And he creates an army of evil ninjoids. Lloyd spends some quality time with his dad, until a mechanical dragon shows up. The ninjas sneak around the ninjoids into a power station. The ninja destroy the power and deactivate the ninjoids, but this affects Pixel as well. Zane donates half his heart to bring her back. A mysterious stranger reactivates the Overlord and turns Sensei Wu into a cyborg. Destroy the ninja. Evil Wu attacks the ninja and proves to be too much for them. The Serpentine warned the ninja about the Golden Master, a prophesized being that will take over Ninjago. Lloyd is captured, and the Mystery Man turns out to be none other than Pythor. The ninja travel to the Digiverse where they fight the Digital Overlord. The ninja use their Technoblades to get rid of the Digital Overlord. Sensei Wu turns back to normal. Lloyd is free! But the Overlord is still alive, and now he's loose in Ninjago. Kai is sent on a secret spy mission and uses his new car. Kai pursues the ninjoids in a car chase, which leads to the ninja discovering a rocket ship built by the ninjoids for an operation. The ninjas stow away upon the rocket ship and they blast off into space. They land onto a comet and they discover the golden weapons. Mission complete. The golden weapons are loaded up, but the ninja try to get away with them. The rocket ship is destroyed and now the ninja are stranded, but General Cryptor gets away with the golden weapons. Luckily, the ninja find a way to escape the comet. The golden weapons are used to transform the Overlord into the Golden Master. The ninja make their final stand at the Temple of Fortitude. They fight back against the Golden Master, but they aren't doing so well. Zane is forced to sacrifice himself.
Get off me.
Zane uses his power to destroy the Overlord, but also destroys himself. A few months later, it turns out that Zane is alive. So the ninja enter a tournament and meet other elemental masters, including a mysterious one named Skylar, who Kai instantly falls in love with. Garmadon arrives to join them, which creates trust issues for everyone else. Everyone makes it onto an island and meet Master Chen, who is holding the event. So the first round begins as everyone battles. Everyone makes it past the first round, except this guy. It turns out that Chen is trying to steal everyone's power and that the tournament was a lie. Unfortunately, the ninja's presence are discovered. So Chen decides to have Jay and Cole fight, which is very bad news for them. So they fight each other to the death. Cole is about to win, but he decides to let Jay win. Cole is sent to a noodle mine where he has to work and make food. Lloyd faces off an elemental master in a skate-off, and he pretty much wins. Nia arrives on the island and goes undercover. Cole is able to find a way to escape and brings Zane along with him. I am Titanium now. Skylar turns out to be Chen's daughter who tells him everything because she works for him. Chen sends out the elemental masters to find Nia as part of the challenge. Unfortunately, it is a trap. Oh no! Cole and Zane help the other workers escape by building a jet. Chen steals everyone's power, but Skylar decides to betray him. Kai destroys the staff and everyone gets their power back. Skylar gets abducted. Her power is used to complete the spell, to turn Chen's army into snake warriors. Chen and his army escape the island to invade Ninjago. Everyone is stranded until they learn they can make their own dragons by not being scared. Pythor is used to make the snake spell much stronger.
Yes.
Everyone is in danger. The elemental masters make their stand at the corridor of elders. Destroy them! Luckily for them, Pythor comes along with a solution. They banish Garmadon in order to unleash snake spirits. The snake spirits curse Chen's army, and also Chen himself. The snake spirits have done their part. The ninjas say goodbye to their elemental friends. Lloyd and his family grieve over Garmadon's sacrifice. Lloyd is called to the museum, but it turns out to be a trick by a ghost named Morrow. Oh no! Morrow possesses Lloyd and controls him. Morrow arrives at Wu's tea farm to confront him. The ninja try to fight Morrow in an attempt to save Lloyd, but he is just too powerful for them, so they are forced to retreat. They learn about Air Jitsu, a martial art that allows them to fly, but Vonin stole the scroll of Air Jitsu. So the ninja set out to find him. Along the way, they encounter another ghost, but they find out that water can destroy ghosts. Meanwhile, Sensei Wu tells Nia that she is the water ninja, The other ninja arrive at Ronan's hideout. They negotiate with Ronan to get the scroll back. I didn't steal no scroll. Ronan is not so good at lying. They lose the scroll to Morrow. Kai tries to get it back, but Morrow escapes by learning air jutsu. Luckily, Ronan comes by to help. They arrive at Yang's haunted temple. Ronan tells them that entering the temple is another way to get another scroll, in order to learn air jutsu. They enter the temple and meet Sensei Yang. Ah! He gives the ninja the right to learn air jutsu. Cole becomes a ghost because he stayed in for too long. The ninja arrive at the Wailing Alps. They encounter Morrow and his friends. They are able to use their jutsu to go high. No! The ninja arrive at Cloud Kingdom to get the Sword of Sanctuary. I'm not your friend. But Morrow already beats them to it and gets away. The ninja chase them and Kai is able to get close. Morrow attempts to kill Kai, but Lloyd saves him by struggling for his freedom. The ghosts contact Ronan into giving them the Sword of Sanctuary. The ninja make it to the tomb of the first Benjutsu master, and they retrieve the realm crystal, which people can use to travel to other realms. Unfortunately, Morrow shows up and he threatens to kill Lloyd if he doesn't get the crystal. Help me! So they make the trade. Morrow escapes with the realm crystal, and the ninja get back Lloyd. Morrow places the realm crystal to unleash more ghosts. Lloyd sneaks past the ghost in order to get to the realm crystal. He succeeds, but then he gets pulled into the realm. Ha 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 ha! The Queen of Ghosts is unleashed. The ninja attempt to evacuate, but they are in a lot of trouble. Luckily, Nia uses her water powers to get rid of the Ghost Queen. The ghosts die because they can't swim. Morrow also dies when he gets pulled into the water. The ghosts are defeated. The ninja have won once again. The ninja become famous celebrities. Jay still has feelings for Nia, but she does not feel the same way. Meanwhile, Klaus releases an evil Cheeto Puff genie known as Nauticon the Djinn. Klaus uses up his 3 wishes, and it ends with him going into the teapot. Meanwhile, someone poses as the ninja and commits crimes so that the real ninjas would be the ones in trouble. The police hire Ronan to catch them all. It's not about a world that he must defend. Getting paid is his destiny. The ninja are taken to the cops and are sentenced to prison. Meanwhile, in a secure facility, the Cheeto Puff genie Nauticon breaks in to steal the realm crystal. He uses it to bring back his crew. So the ninja arrive in prison, and they meet a pirate inmate who knows all about Nauticon and how to stop him, but he'll tell them only if he gets to be free. So the ninja find a way to break out, and they take the pirate inmate with them. So they all escape prison, and the pirate inmate tells them that the only way to stop Nauticon is to use Tiger Widow venom, which is found on a specific island. Meanwhile, Nauticon and his crew visit Ninjago, his home realm, only to find it falling apart. Nauticon's father gives him the Sword of Souls, a weapon that can trap a person. Nauticon and his crew make it out of the realm before it is destroyed. Nauticon decides to pay Jay a little visit and tells him that he can use his 3 wishes. Jay wishes that he could be rich, and he ends up getting a lot of money. He's also told that he's adopted and that his real father is a billionaire actor that just passed away. The Sky Pirates are attacking Ninjago City. The ninja do their best to hold them off, but one of them gets abducted. The Sky Pirates leave and the ninja get the map to the Tiger Widow Island, but then parts of Ninjago start to go up. Nauticon is using the power of the Sword of Souls to recreate his home world. The ninja are shipwrecked onto Tiger Widow Island, and another one of their friends gets abducted. The ninja all decide that Jay should be the one to get the Tiger Widow venom. He goes into the cave and meets the Tiger Widow spider. Jay emerges victorious, and then he gets abducted. However, unlike the other ninja, he hasn't gone into the Sword of Souls yet because Nauticon wants him to say his final wish. Jay refuses to use his last wish, so he is being forced to work and fight other pirates until he does it. Jay stands strong, and in return he gets a free eye patch. Meanwhile, the other ninja are stranded on the island until the cops show up. Surprisingly, they came to help the ninja, and they receive a note from Jay saying that he's still okay. So they come up with a plan to infiltrate the pirate crew to save their friend. However, their plan doesn't exactly work out. Now Jay's friends are also captured, but they use the power of wishing to their advantage. Jay and Nia are able to escape, but Cole and Lloyd are not so lucky. Hey, it's cramped in here, I can't breathe. Jay and Nia escape to the lighthouse where Zane's father was held prisoner. They plan to hide there for the rest of their lives. And then they meet a new friend. They meet Zane's relative, who turns out to be an excellent fighter. Unfortunately, Nauticon finds out where they are, so they're forced to make a final stand. When all hope seems lost, Jay is able to escape, but Nia is not so lucky. Jay gathers an army of amigos, and they find a way to get to Nautocon's home realm. The Sky Pirates are hosting a wedding between Nautocon and Nia. Because if Nautocon marries Nia, he gets infinite wishes. Jay is able to get close enough to get the Sword of Souls, and he finds a way to free his more important friends. As the wedding begins, the ninja try to stop it from happening, but they are too late and Nautocon gets his infinite wishes. Nautocon realizes that now that he's all-powerful, he doesn't need his crew anymore, so he gets rid of them. The surviving crew members come to help the ninja and propose a plan to use the Tiger Widow Venom against him. So the ninja distract Nautocon while the Tiger Widow Venom could be shot against him. But then Nia also gets shot, and then she dies. Jay gets upset that Nia died. He wishes that they ended up in a relationship and that none of this ever happened. Unexpectedly, Nautocon grants the wish, so Jay and Nia end up in a relationship, and Klaus doesn't get a chance to open the teapot. So this part of the story never actually happened. It's the day of the departed in Ninjago, similar to Halloween, but when everyone honors the people they've lost. The ninja are looking forward to it, but then they forget about Cole, who is a ghost. Cole returns to Yang's haunted temple to get even. This is the place where Cole stayed in for too long and became a ghost. Cole is greeted by Sensei Yang. Cole tries to destroy him, but he fails. Instead, Cole breaks a vase full of magic dust. The dust goes into the museum and affects mannequins that bring back the villains. Yeah! Kai and Nia are being attacked by Chen. Luckily, they are able to beat him at his own game. Jay spends a holiday with his parents, but is interrupted by Samurai, who wants to destroy him. Luckily though, Jay is saved by a friend. Name's Ronin, don't wear it out. Jay is given enough time to defeat Samurai. Zhang mourns over his father, but gets an unexpected visit from General Cryptor. Lloyd faces off against Pythor, but Pythor escapes. The Stone Army come looking for Dareth, but Dareth runs away. Morrow comes looking for Wu. Morrow explains that he wants to be friends. Meanwhile, Cole is in captivity, but that doesn't seem to stop him. Sensei Yang succeeds in opening a rift, but Cole stops him from going in it. Yang explains he was only doing it to become human. I'm not a bad man. Cole can relate, so he forgives Sensei Yang and goes into the rift. And that's how Cole became human again. A villain named Acronix jumps to the present, but has to deal with Wu. So they have a fight, but Wu ends up winning. Until the Time Blade drops in. Acronix uses the Time Blade to make Wu older. The ninja arrive in time to defeat him. Acronix gets away, but Wu is saved. Acronix meets with his twin brother, Crux. Crux and Acronix are able to create their own army of Snake Samurai. The Snake Samurais go after Cyrus Borg. No! Zhang tries to protect Cyrus Borg, but he fails, and then he is knocked out. Kai heads to the museum to meet up with Dr. Saunders, who turns out to be Crux. So they have an epic fight. Crux tells Kai that his parents are with him and Acronix. Traitors! No! The Snake Samurai are kidnapping everyone. They are also stealing all the metal they can find. Another Time Blade arrives in Ninjago. The Snake Samurai try to retrieve it, but the ninja get it first. So the Snake Samurai attack the ninja. Unfortunately, they lose the Time Blade and Sensei Wu. Luckily though, the ninja are able to find Acronix and Crux's hideout. Kai and Nia find a blacksmith shop. They meet their mom and dad, but Kai gets upset. His mom explains him that they were forced to help the bad guys. Another Time Blade drops in, but the Time Twins need one more. Sensei Wu is slowly dying. Crux tells them the only way to save him is to get the last Time Blade. Kai and Nia are successful at getting the last Time Blade. They give it to Crux and Acronix, but they are betrayed and now they can't save Wu. The Time Blades are used to power up a giant time machine. Kai, Nia, and Wu get aboard before they escape. They return to the present, but normal Wu stays aboard. The ninja are lost without Wu, so Lloyd becomes the new leader of the team. The story begins with a mask, and an evil stranger trying to steal it. Lloyd tries to stop the evil stranger, but he gets away with the mask. Now it's up to Lloyd to get the ninja team back together. Lloyd and the other ninja are able to meet. Then they are all hired by a royal family guard. He also invites them to the royal palace. That's where the ninja are introduced to the royal family. Lloyd falls in love with the princess. The ninja are given a mission to protect the Mask of Deception. However, that was easier said than done. The royal family is dead, well, except for the princess. Lloyd promises that he and his ninja team will protect her. Lloyd learns that all three masks have the power to bring back his father, Lord Garmadon. Cole and Zane go undercover to infiltrate the bad guys. They end up at a karaoke club where we learn that Cole is a terrible singer. Just jump up, kick down, whip around, and... The evil stranger is confronted by the ninja, but then Zane comes in to save him. He is taken to their evil lair, where he meets the big man, Yo. Zane is invited to compete in a race. Cole ends up finding a baby. Meh! Cole and the baby are now friends. Meanwhile, Zane is revealed as a spy and ends up fighting the evil stranger, but he pretty much loses. Eventually, he is found. The ninjas suddenly crash land into a jungle. Lloyd and the princess are separated from the others. The ninja learn that the baby likes tea, and he is actually their master Wu.
I am Wu.
But then they are all captured by the bad guys. Lloyd and Harumi stumble upon an ancient Oni temple, where inside they find the third mask. However, Lloyd is betrayed by the princess, and she takes the mask for herself. At the Temple of Resurrection, the princess uses all three masks in order to resurrect Lord Garmadon. However, the police arrive just in time to arrest all the bad guys, including the princess. Unfortunately, Lord Garmadon comes back from the dead. The princess is held for interrogation, but Lord Garmadon breaks in and saves her. Lloyd and his father engage in an epic fight, but then Lloyd loses, and then he is badly injured. Lloyd is about to die, but the ninja use their powers to save him. Garmadon is attacking Ninjago City. Lloyd and Baby Wu encounter trouble. Baby Wu is brought to safety, but Lloyd is in a whole lot of trouble. Lloyd gets caught, but then he escapes. See ya. The ninja and Baby Wu are in a predicament, until Jay uses a magic tea bag which transports them to the land of the dragons and Oni. Unfortunately, Ninjago has fallen to Lord Garmadon's control, so the good guys have lost. Lord Garmadon becomes the Emperor of Ninjago and scares everyone into doing his bidding with a stone giant. Lloyd and Nia create the Resistance, a group of people that don't like Garmadon. Meanwhile, the other ninja are trapped in the Oni and Dragon realm, with Wu as a kid. Cole and Wu decide to go out to get dinner for everyone, but by the time they get back, they realize that their friends are missing. Kai, Jay, and Zane have been abducted by some dragon hunters. They end up meeting the leader of the hunters, known as the Iron Baron. They are sent to the dragon pit to fight a dragon, but once they use their elemental powers, that creates a whole lot of trouble. Cole and Wu disguise themselves as hunters and build a fake dragon so they can distract the other hunters and save the ninja. Everyone is convinced that there is no hope, so it's up to Lloyd to deliver an inspirational speech, which makes Garmadon very unhappy. Also, Dareth tries to get superpowers, and then the bad guys show up and capture most of the Resistance. A few are lucky to escape. Kid Wu gets older and becomes Teen Wu. Also, a dragon hunter has come after the ninja, but he is revealed as a woman named Faith, who wants to help them get home. The only way to do so is to find the dragon armor, guarded by the legendary firstborn dragon. Lloyd is sad that his friends were taken. Mistake reveals herself to be a shape-shifting Oni, and they are able to catch Harumi. Mistake uses her powers to take Harumi's place. However, the real Harumi gets away. Meanwhile, the other ninja make it to Oni Land, where they find a map to the dragon armor. However, the dragon hunters are hot on their trail, and they end up capturing Faith. The imposter is exposed, and she is taken care of, which gives Skylar enough time to touch Garmadon and absorb his power. Skylar uses Garmadon's power to control the stone giant, which doesn't turn out so well, and it ends with Harumi falling to her demise. Meanwhile, the other ninja try to rescue Faith, but it turns out to be a trap and now they are captured as well. The Iron Baron attempts to negotiate with Wu by saying that if he can help him get the dragon armor, he will let his friends go. Wu knows that he is lying, but he accepts the deal anyway. Wu takes the Iron Baron to the cave of the Firstborn with the dragon armor, but then the Firstborn is displeased with the Iron Baron's appearance and traps him into rock. Wu ends up gaining the trust of the Firstborn. Meanwhile, the other dragon hunters are talking about how Iron Baron doesn't deserve to lead them, so they decide to let go of their prisoners and be friends. Luckily, Wu is able to make it back with the dragon armor, and the Firstborn dragon helps them all get home. The ninja say goodbye to their new friends as they go to Ninjago. The remaining resistance members are in danger until the other ninja arrive. The ninja take on the Oni Titan while Wu and Lloyd take on Garmadon. Ninjago has been saved. Wu turns back into an old man, and Lloyd is finally able to relax, until Garmadon tells him that the Oni are coming. Lloyd comes to visit his father about the Oni that he mentioned earlier. Garmadon begs Lloyd to let him go so he can help fight the Oni. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Meanwhile, the ninja are getting used to their newly rebuilt monastery, and Jay wants to propose to Nia about making their relationship official. And then out of nowhere, Faith arrives. She warns the ninja about the incoming Oni invasion. But it's too late as the Oni enter the city and turn everyone into stone. The ninja come to Garmadon for help, and they release him from his cell. The ninja have trust issues with him. I mean, come on, how can you not trust that face? He tells them that the only way to stop the Oni is to destroy the Realm Crystal, the gateway that brought them into Ninjago. So Lloyd and his father go to Ninjago City. They make it to the Realm Crystal, which is guarded by the Oni leader known as the Omega. None shall pass. Lloyd gets past the Omega and finds a way to destroy the Realm Crystal, which does nothing, and the Omega summons more Oni. Lloyd and his father are surrounded until they find the golden armor. The Oni don't like gold, so this helps them escape. Unfortunately, they can only get so far. However, they are saved at the last minute by Pixel, the person in the samurai costume. Meanwhile, the ninja rescues some people from a building, but then Cole falls and is lost into the darkness. Kai reforges the golden armor back into the golden weapons. The Oni arrive to attack the monastery, and the ninja make their final stand against them. Meanwhile, back in the city, Cole is still alive somehow, and he finds a way to make it back to his friends. Despite their efforts to stop the Oni, they keep pushing through. During the final hour, Jay proposes to Nia, and she gladly accepts. And Lloyd discovers that the only way to stop the Oni at this point is to form the Tornado of Creation. The Tornado of Creation is too much for the Oni to handle. Lloyd ends up in a dream where he gets to talk to the first ninjutsu master, and he thanks Lloyd for defeating the Oni with creation. So Lloyd wakes up from his coma, everything in Ninjago turns back to normal, and they all lived happily ever after. Until the next bad guy shows up. It all starts with Zane having a bad dream, but Jay tells him that he shouldn't worry about it. The ninja are relaxing and having fun after their last adventure, but Wu tells them that they have become lazy and terrible role models. He is able to prove his argument by beating all of them in a fight. So the ninja go on an adventure in hopes of fighting a new villain, except nothing's happening. They're all sad there's nothing to do and no one to fight and that their purpose is pretty much over, until it's revealed that Clutch Powers found a mysterious pyramid but refuses to go inside to see what's in it. So the ninja travel to the pyramid. Unfortunately, they get interrupted by a giant bug. Most of their vehicles are damaged and now they can't go anywhere, but Zane tells them an engine part was eaten by the giant bug and if they get it then they can go. So Zane allows himself to get eaten by the giant bug. He successfully comes out with the engine part and they escape the giant bug. They make it to the pyramid and they try to convince Clutch Powers into exploring it, but he's not interested, until he gets a phone call where he might lose his Explorers Club membership if he doesn't explore the pyramid. Inside the pyramid, they learn about a boy that betrayed a snake witch known as Asphira, and they accidentally release Asphira from her prison. She uses her magic to steal Kai's fire powers. Clutch Powers gets away, but everyone else is not so lucky. Nelson is delivering newspapers in the city, and he also makes a new friend. Meanwhile, the ninja are still trapped, but then lava flows into the room which motivates them into escaping. Despite their attempt to escape the pyramid, the lava catches up to them and now they're stranded and left to die, until Pixel comes in to save them. Meanwhile, some news reporters are reporting stuff. At the museum, Asphira steals the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu with the help of some recently resurrected friends. The ninja come to face her, except Kai because he feels sad that his power was stolen. They try to beat her, but they fail, and Asphira gets away. Everyone except Kai is in danger, but then Kai comes in to save them. Kai tells them that a kid named Jake told him that you don't need powers to be a hero. The ninja decide that Lloyd, Nia, and Zane should go after the scroll, while Kai, Jay, and Cole learn more about the boy and the snake story. Lloyd, Nia, and Zane try to get back the scroll, but they fail. Acidicus tells the ninja about a boy being friends with Asphira, and then he betrayed her with the power of forbidden spinjitzu. The ninja assumed the boy is Garmadon because he's evil, but Master Wu reveals it was him the whole time. He tells them the story where he and Garmadon trespassed into Serpentine territory when they were kids, and they ended up in jail. They also met Asphira, and she was willing to let them out, but only if one of them would teach her spinjitzu. Wu gladly accepted to do it, so Wu taught Asphira the power of spinjitzu. Unfortunately, Asphira uses spinjitzu for evil purposes, so Wu and Garmadon decide to take her down with the power of forbidden spinjitzu. Asphira is locked up, and then Wu comes to tell her that she has been sentenced to be imprisoned for eternity, which makes her very mad. After Wu tells his story, Asphira comes to destroy him. Wu tells them the only way to defeat Asphira is to use the second scroll of forbidden spinjitzu, so Pixel tells Lloyd, Nia, and Zane to find it. Asphira and her army break into the monastery, and everyone runs inside. Clutch Powers has ended up in the hospital, and Lloyd, Nia, and Zane ask him where the second scroll of forbidden spinjitzu is. Clutch Powers tells them that he put it in the Explorers Club, but he refuses to take them. I don't like this guy. So they make it to the Explorers Club without the help of Clutch Powers, and they steal the second scroll of forbidden spinjitzu. Asphira catches up to their friends, and they're in a lot of trouble. Fortunately, they get help. Zane uses the second scroll to defeat Asphira. Just when they think they have won, Asphira banishes Zane to the Netherrealm. The ninja try to come up with a plan to get Zane back, but Wu tells him he'll be the one saving Zane, and he'll use Traveler's Tea to get back home. So Lloyd steals the Traveler's Tea from Master Wu. Master Wu tries to stop the ninja from leaving, but he gets defeated. The ninja go to the Netherrealm, but Wu reveals that the Traveler's Tea from Ninjago won't work there, and that they are now stranded in the Netherrealm. The ninja make it to the Netherrealm. They encounter some wolves, but they also meet some villagers. The ninja are taken to their village. One of the villagers tells them that Zane is being held prisoner by the Ice Emperor. At the Ice Castle, General Vex asks the Ice Emperor if he can use an army of Ice Samurai to wipe out the village. The Ice Emperor agrees with him, so the Ice Samurai are convinced into attacking the village. Mwahahaha! The villagers are in danger, but luckily the ninja are able to help. One of the samurai, known as Grimfax, decides to end the fight by putting out their fire. Without the fire, everyone's gonna freeze to death. However, Kai solves that problem by using what's left of his fire powers. Lloyd decides that he's gonna rescue Zane on his own. On his adventure, Lloyd meets a wolf. Lloyd and the wolf become friends. Meanwhile, a group of criminals are talking about which ninja they hate the most. Lloyd and the wolf find a message left by Zane along with a giant mech. Cole ends up encountering a snow creature known as Craig. Cole and Craig become friends. Meanwhile, Lloyd and the wolf continue their quest to save Zane. However, the wolf reveals herself as a human known as Akita. Lloyd ends up getting upset. Akita explains she didn't reveal herself earlier because she has trust issues, but now Lloyd has trust issues as well. They continue to argue against each other, but eventually they decide to work together. Akita also reveals her backstory about how she used to live peacefully in her village with her brother until the Ice Emperor showed up and ruined everything.
Bruh.
The village is being attacked by an ice dragon known as Boreal. Kai tries to fight off Boreal, but he fails. The other ninja have made it back along with Craig, only to see everyone frozen. Kai feels bad that he couldn't save anyone, so the ninja decide they should go to the Ice Castle and confront the Ice Emperor for what has happened. Lloyd gets kidnapped by Boreal. Lloyd is taken to the Ice Castle where he meets the Ice Emperor. Lloyd discovers the Ice Emperor is actually Zane because he's holding one of the scrolls of forbidden spinjitzu. Meanwhile, Wu and Pixel work together to bring back the ninja from the Netherrealm, but they accidentally unleash the Preeminent. Now it's up to Pixel to defeat the Preeminent. Meanwhile, Zane became the Ice Emperor because an evil villager known as Vex found Zane in the Netherrealm. Zane's memories are wiped thanks to Vex. Zane wakes up with no memories and Vex tricks him into thinking he is the Ice Emperor. Lloyd tries to convince Zane that he's a good guy and not an evil Ice Emperor.
No, I'm evil.
So Lloyd tries to defeat him, but he fails. Lloyd is locked up along with Akita's brother, Kataru. Grimfax shows up and decides to release them. Lloyd convinces them that they have a chance of succeeding if they work together. Meanwhile, the other ninja, and Craig, are heading towards the Ice Castle, but then Boreal shows up to stop them. Kai gets angry, which allows his fire powers to return to destroy the dreadful dragon. Grimfax and Kataru fight the Ice Samurai while Lloyd deals with the Ice Emperor. Akita shows up to try to kill the Ice Emperor, but Lloyd tells her that he's actually Zane, and then she is frozen along with Lloyd. Vex tells the Ice Emperor he should finish Lloyd, but then he remembers who he used to be, and then he destroys his Skull of Forbidden Spinjitzu to save everyone from the ice. Vex is banished far away for what he's done. The ninjas say goodbye to their new friends. Also, this happens.
Yeah, boy!
After their great adventure, the ninja finally get to go home. A criminal mastermind known as the Mechanic attempts to break in with his gang to steal a motherboard. The ninja arrive to stop them, but the Mechanic gets away with the motherboard. The Mechanic attempts to escape, but he ends up getting caught by the ninja. They decide to investigate the place that the Mechanic was going to. Inside the Mechanic's lair, Jay finds an old video game known as Prime Empire. Jay explains that it was created by Milton Dyer, but for some reason it was never released to the public. Nerd. Jay tries to play the game, but it doesn't work, until he figures out that it needed the motherboard they found earlier. Meanwhile, the other ninja discover that the Mechanic has been working for someone known as Unagami. They regroup with Jay, only to find out that he's missing. They discover that Jay is missing because he went inside the video game. The ninja head over to Dyer Island to learn more about Prime Empire. They end up meeting Milton Dyer's assistant, Bob the Intern. Bob the Intern tells them that Milton Dyer has been missing for 30 years. And he was very angry that the company he was working for forced him to shut down Prime Empire. Since Prime Empire has returned, the ninja come to the conclusion that Milton Dyer is Unagami. Cyrus Borg takes a look at the original game, and he comes to the conclusion that in order to save Jay and other players that have been trapped in the game, they would have to go into the game themselves to defeat Unagami. Except Zane and Pixel can't go in because they're robots and their programming might get messed up, so it's up to Cole to play the game long enough for most of them to get in. Meanwhile, the Mechanic is locked up in Cryptarium Prison, but Unagami finds a way to free him, and he gathers some friends to go after the ninja. The Mechanic and his friends make it to Borg Tower where they try to stop the ninja from entering Prime Empire. Luckily, Cole accomplishes the mission and the ninja are able to go inside. As the others make their escape, Zane takes the motherboard with them. No! The ninja make it into the video game world of Prime Empire, but they encounter trouble. They learn that they can't use abilities they already know such as elemental powers or spinjitzu in the Prime Empire. When all hope seems lost, Jay comes in to save them, along with a bunch of other Jays. The Jays are actually part of a fan club known as the League of Jays. They meet someone known as Scott who has been trapped in the game for 30 years. Wow, my life is terrible. Scott takes the ninja to the League of Jays hangout place, where they meet Superstar Rockin' Jay, also known as the Real Jay. Meanwhile, a guy known as Aquino does his daily routine, which is to help other players get through a zone of the Prime Empire. However, the players he tries to help keep dying, which makes him feel bad about himself. Okino is very sad that he can't do his job. He's willing to give up, but he meets the ninja and they cheer him up by saying they need his help. Yeah, okay, I feel a lot better. As Okino helps the ninja, they encounter a rat man and he tells them about a shortcut they can use to get to their destination faster. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It turns out it's not because the whole thing was a trap, and the ninja are dying and losing their lives. But luckily, Okino comes in to save them. They make it to the Cliffs of Hysteria, and they buy some equipment to be able to climb it. They successfully make it to the top of the cliffs, and they were able to capture a Red Visor. They interrogate the Red Visor, and he tells them that Unagami plans to build a portal to the real world out of the energy cubes that come from dead players. And then he blows up. Okino leads the group into the maze of the Red Dragon, but when he least expects it, the world around him comes to a pause. And that's when Unagami comes in to give him a proposition. If he betrays the ninja, then he can join Unagami in leaving the game to go to the real world. But Okino refuses to do so, which makes Unagami very upset. They make it to the center of the maze where they find the prize they were looking for, a Kitana, which they need 3 of in order to get close enough to Unagami. But the Red Dragon is also there, and he doesn't plan on letting them leave with it. The world pauses again, and Okino is told that if he does nothing and let the ninja get killed, then that will let him leave the Prime Empire along with Unagami. But Okino defies him anyway by showing the ninja how to kill the Red Dragon. The red dragon is defeated, and all that's left of him is a blue amulet, which Jay can only use once to summon it as an ally. The game pauses once again, and Unagami is very unhappy what Okino did, and he promises that Okino will never get to leave the game. The ninja thank Okino for helping them get the Kitana, and Okino decides to go on his own adventure instead of helping others. The ninja need to enter the Speedway 5 billion race to get the second Kitana, but they are told they don't have enough currency to be able to enter. They are able to earn more credits by having Jay and Nia compete in a dance-off. The ninja paid the entrance fee, and they're working on vehicles they can use in the race. Lloyd decides to check out the Speedway 5 billion race to learn more about it. And he ends up discovering Racer 7, someone who is part of the game only for her existence to always lose in every race. Lloyd tells her that she's part of the game and she's meant to always lose, but he also convinces her that it doesn't have to be like that and she should help him and his team win the Speedway 5 billion, but she's not interested. She ends up changing her mind and decides to help them. Unfortunately, they are also discovered by the Red Visors. Scott comes in to sacrifice himself so the others could escape. They make it into the race, but sadly, Kai and Cole do not survive. Racer 7 is able to win the race for the team. They have successfully won the second Kitana, but they're also kind of sad because of what happened to Kai and Cole. The ninja make it to the place where they need to get the last Kitana, and in order to get it, Lloyd needs to fight an opponent. The opponent turns out to be a version of Harumi, which makes Lloyd a little emotional. Hi. Lloyd ends up getting killed. Jay and Nia receive the third and final Kitana, but they aren't happy because they lost another friend. And now it's just up to the two of them to defeat Unagami. Meanwhile, Zane acts like a detective while he and Pixel are looking for Milton Dyer in the real world, and Pixel is not impressed.
I am not impressed.
Hello there.
Zane gets kidnapped by the mechanic, which leaves Pixel no other choice than to act like a detective as well.
So uncivilized.
Pixel successfully finds Milton Dyer, which it turns out that he is not Unagami, but Unagami is the game. He explains that the game was never finished, and there was an incident where a test subject known as Scott got trapped in the game, and it scared the company he was working for, forcing him to shut it down. After many minutes of hearing his backstory, Pixel tries to explain to him that Unagami has feelings and he might be very upset that he was left behind. Machines don't have feelings. Meanwhile, Zane has been taken to the mechanic's new hiding place. The mechanic also has Wu as a hostage, and he plans to hurt him unless Zane gives him the motherboard. The mechanic has the motherboard, but he also wants to use Zane. He uses the motherboard and Zane in order to charge the portal in Ninjago for Unagami to get through. Jay and Nia are able to put the Kitanas where they belong. Putting out the firewall, that's the only thing standing between them and getting to Unagami. However, a tragedy happens where Nia dies. Now that all his friends are gone, Jay has no choice but to take on Unagami alone. Jay encounters Unagami, and he finds out that Unagami and Milton Dyer are not the same person. Unagami explains that he plans to meet Milton Dyer in Ninjago because he's upset that he was abandoned, and he uses the dead players to make a portal. Jay tries to stop Unagami, but he fails. Unagami turns into a dragon and gets away. Luckily, Jay is able to summon his own dragon by using the amulet he got earlier. Jay makes it back to Ninjago. Zane is also free. Jay tells the group that Unagami is looking for Milton Dyer, and the best way to stop his anger is if Milton Dyer can talk to Unagami about what happened. Jay is able to lure Unagami on top of a building. This is where Milton Dyer comes in to explain that he shut down Unagami, but he had no idea that he had feelings. He is very sorry and he wants to fix his mistake. This makes Unagami feel a lot better. Unagami has brought back everyone that died, including the other ninja. Milton Dyer and Unagami have made peace, and they set out to go home. The ninja are invited to the kingdom of Shintaro to celebrate Princess Vanya's birthday. Also, Master Wu has been feeling down because he feels like the ninja don't need him anymore. He is invited to come with in an effort to make him feel better. Come on, it'll be fun. They make it to the kingdom of Shintaro, where they meet King Vangelis and his daughter Princess Vanya, who happens to be a huge fan of the ninja and she's very crazy. She also has a thing for Cole, and that makes Lloyd very suspicious of her because of what happened to him and Princess Harumi. Later that night, Cole gets attacked by a creature, and he finds out that the creature has his mother's necklace, but the creature gets away. Cole tells everyone else about the creature and his mother's necklace, but they don't believe him. We don't believe you. Fortunately, Vanya believes him, and she shows him the way to some underground dungeons to where the creature may have gone. Inside the dungeons, Cole and Vanya discover that creatures are being forced to mine against their own will by some evil skeletons and an evil skull sorcerer. Cole tries to confront the skull sorcerer, but that doesn't work out so well. Now Cole is also being forced to mine. The other ninja try to save Cole, but that doesn't work out so well. Now all of the ninja are being forced to mine. It also turns out that the creatures known as the Munts and Geckles don't like each other. I don't like you. I don't like you either! The Geckles and Munts explain that there was once a warrior known as Millie Gilly Lily that defeated a dragon known as Griefbringer with the Blades of Deliverance. She gave each blade to each creature, but now they blame each other for stealing their blade. The ninja suspect that the Skull Sorcerer was the one who stole the blades. Soon enough, the ninja find a way to escape the skeletons. Lloyd and Cole search for the blades, but they are unsuccessful. The ninja escape before the Skull Sorcerer can catch them. Jay, Lloyd, and Nia end up with the Munts, and the Munts Queen has a thing for Jay. However, this makes Nia very salty, so she and the Munts Queen end up in a duel to find out who gets to win Jay. Nia wins, but she also ends up as the new Queen of the Munts.
All hail Queen Nia!
Meanwhile, Kai and Zane end up with the Geckles, and they suspect them of being evil skeletons. You guys are skeletons!
We are not skeletons!
They end up in a pit where they have to face off the Mino creature to prove they're not skeletons. And it doesn't look so good. Fortunately, Zane is able to figure out that the Mino creature is upset because its armor is too tight, and the Mino creature starts to be a little more nicer. After proving that they are not skeletons, Kai becomes the new Chancellor of the Geckles. Meanwhile, Cole finds himself in a sticky situation, and he's about to be digested by an itsy-bitsy spider. Luckily, Vanya comes in to save him, along with her pet dragon. Cole and Vanya make it back up to the surface, and they meet up with Master Wu. The three of them try to tell King Vangelis about the Skull Sorcerer, but it turns out he is the Skull Sorcerer. And he banishes Cole and Wu to the bottom of the mountain. Vanya goes in after them.
No!
Now they are falling for what seems like a long time. This goes on for at least 11 minutes. Eventually, Cole, Wu, and Vanya make it to the bottom of the mountain. There, they meet a trio known as the Lowly. The Lowly explained that they were on a quest to retrieve a skull for King Vangelis, but then he betrayed them and sent them to the bottom of the mountain. Fortunately, Cole is able to lead them out of rock bottom by using his earth powers. During their journey to escape the bottom of the mountain, they also encounter a lava monster. Meanwhile, Kai and Zane meet the Geckle that Cole encountered earlier. He explains that he attacked Cole because he was hoping his mom would be there, but Kai tells him that she's dead. She's dead. The Skull Sorcerer finds out that the Geckles and Munts are planning to meet to settle their differences, and he resurrects the dragon known as Griefbringer to prevent that from happening. The ninja are successful in getting the Geckles and the Munts to meet. However, they get interrupted when Griefbringer comes by. After escaping the lava monster, Cole and his friends end up at a temple. Cole is able to get them inside by using his earth powers. Inside the temple, they discover a mech, a statue of Cole's mom, Lily, and an ancient art known as the Spinjitzu Burst. Cole tries to learn the Spinjitzu Burst, but he's only able to do regular Spinjitzu. Cole is upset that he can't do the Spinjitzu Burst, but Wu comes out of his comfort zone to make Cole feel better by giving him wisdom. Now Cole feels a lot better. The ninja are cornered with the geckos and months as the skull sorcerer draws near. On the bright side though, the geckos and months start to be more friendlier to each other. Unfortunately, the skull sorcerer and his army break in. The ninja decide that instead of fighting, they surrender in order for the geckos and months to be free. Now the ninja are prisoners. However, the skull sorcerer goes against his word to enslave the months and geckos anyway.
Cause I'm evil. He's evil.
Meanwhile, the others are trying to think of a way to get back to the surface. Cole suggests that they should use the mech, which they end up doing. They eventually make it back to the surface, but they also have to save their friends who are still trapped in the dungeons. The geckos and months are still being forced to mine against their own will, and the ninja are in a different predicament instead of being forced to mine. Also, the skull sorcerer reveals that he is the one who stole the blades to make the months and geckos be against each other. Luckily, Cole and his friends arrive to turn the tables of the situation. Cole retrieves the Blades of Deliverance and uses them to fight off the skull sorcerer. But then he ends up in trouble. Meanwhile, everyone else is free and they're fighting off against the skeletons. Cole is not doing so well, and the skull sorcerer is winning since he doesn't have the blades anymore. However, when all hope seems lost, Cole figures out how to do the Spinjitzu burst. It becomes very helpful since that's how he defeats the skull sorcerer. Now that the skull sorcerer's skull is destroyed, all the other skeletons are being affected. King Vangelis is defeated, and Princess Vanya is not pleased.
You're not my dad!
Vanya becomes queen of the kingdom, the months and geckos learn to live in peace with each other, and the ninja are ready to go on another adventure. Clutch Powers, Master Wu, and Misako go on an adventure on an island. They end up coming across a totem pole, but then it becomes alive. And they end up in major trouble. Meanwhile, Lloyd has learned that Ronin has been hired by the police to capture criminals. However, the ninja are informed that Misako's expedition has gone wrong because she is missing, and her membership from the Explorers Club will be revoked. Oh.
This is not good. This is not good at all.
The ninja look for Timothy Batterson, also known as Twitchy Tim, because he is the only one who knows about the island where Wu, Misako, and Clutch Powers are on. You're coming with us to the island. The island? You want me to go back there? I don't think so. Gas! The ninja head to the island, but first they have to go through a storm. They are successful in making it to the island, but they're gonna have to walk in order to get around. However, Lloyd has a different idea. Hello, Pixel. I would like to order some transportation. They make it to the tent where Wu, Misako, and Clutch Powers are at, except it's abandoned, so they're gonna have to go further into the island to find them. No! The ninja make it deeper into the island, and they encounter a dragon. Except instead of having to fight it, it turns out to be friendly. What a plot twist. As the ninja continue on their journey, they end up coming across the totem pole, and they end up having to fight it. But eventually it becomes too much for them to handle. See ya. Fortunately for Lloyd, he is safe along with Twitchy Tim. However, the ninja are not so lucky because they got captured by some islanders, which are also known as keepers that are trying to protect a storm amulet. They also believe one of them should be sacrificed to please the sea serpent known as Wahira. And they choose Jay not because of his power or because he's super special, mostly just because he talks too much. Before the sacrifice, Jay's being treated like a king. Meanwhile, everyone else is being locked up in a cage, and they also discover Wu, Misako, and Clutch Powers are there as well. Lloyd makes it to the Keeper's village to look for a way to free them, and luckily he is able to find a way. Lloyd is able to free everyone and they go looking for Jay, except Clutch Powers tries to steal the amulet, but that doesn't work out so well since they end up getting captured again. Despite treating Jay very well, they still end up sacrificing him to Wahira, and he's not too happy about it. The ninja escape, and they try to save Jay, but they fail. However, they also discovered that the Wahira Jay is being sent to is actually fake because it has a wooden tooth. The chief explains the keepers have been living peacefully until Wahira has been causing issues for them, and they've been giving it treasure to keep it calm, but that wasn't enough, so they thought sacrificing Jay would do the trick. Jay ends up inside a cave where some criminals have been keeping the treasure, and the one behind the whole operation turns out to be Ronin. Yeah, haha, it's been me all along. I guess I'm a bad guy now instead of an anti-hero, but at least I get to have some loot. The ninja are able to catch him, and he hopes to escape, but that doesn't work out so well. Now Ronin is the one who's being locked up, and the chief thanks the ninja for their help. However, the amulet is missing, but that's because Clutch Powers is trying to steal it again. But he ends up getting caught. Lloyd also wonders if the sea serpent known as Wahira is actually real or not. I wonder what this will be diving into. A group of criminals are delivering Ventstone with Mrs. Demeanor leading them. It's not Mrs. Demeanor! It's Miss Demeanor! However, it doesn't matter because the ninja come in to stop them. Unfortunately, Miss Demeanor gets away with the other criminals, and Nia tries to slow them down, but her power gets out of control and heads towards a nearby village. As they try to find out what's going on with Nia's powers, Nia's mom Maya shows up to help. I hope you like seaweed! During a rescue mission in the ocean, an octopus is behaving strangely, and that's because something even stranger is happening in the trenches below. The ninja head over to the Hydro Bounty, which is a vehicle that they will be using to explore the trench to find out what's going on with Nia's powers. Nah, we're good. Inside the Hydro Bounty, they discover that Maya was secretly among them the whole time. No! Unfortunately, they get attacked, and now they are stranded at the bottom of the ocean. The good news is that they are near the temple at which weird stuff is happening. So Nia and Maya go there to investigate what's going on. And it turns out some evil sea creatures are trying to awaken an even more evil sea creature known as Wajira, and them trying to wake her up is how Nia's powers are being affected. Also, Nia and Maya are discovered. Now they are in danger, and the one running the whole operation, known as Prince Kalmar, demands to know where the Storm Amulet is. He needs it along with the Sea Amulet in order to wake up Wojira. Sorry, Calamari, I'm not gonna tell you anything. It's Kalmar, not Calamari. Ugh, I'll deal with you later. They are able to escape before he comes back. The other ninja come in to help Nia and Maya, but they also encounter something new. They are summoned to the Kingdom of Merlopia, where the king believes they are trespassing his property. However, Nia explains they were only trespassing because they crashed near it, and it's all Kalmar's fault. What? How dare he? And then Kalmar comes in to take care of him. Long live the king, lol. He also puts the blame on the ninja for what he has done. Oh yeah, it was totally their fault, not me. He also has become the new king of Merlopia, while the ninja are on the run and barely escaping. Fortunately, they get some help from someone known as Benthomar. He is Kalmar's adopted brother, and he knows the truth about what happened to their father. Alright, I guess you can join us. Now Benthomar has become their friend. He also tells them about the time he was adopted. Ew, that thing looks gross. Well, too bad. He is your brother now, whether you like it or not. Ugh, whatever. Kalmar tries to convince his father about awakening Wajira to destroy the surface world so then they can rule it. No, that is preposterous. Absolutely not. Instead of giving up, he turns to his brother. Kalmar convinces him that they should go on an adventure. They discover an ancient sea temple that has the serpent Wojira in it, and Kalmar tells Benthomar to get lost. You're not my brother. I was just using you this whole time. The ninja make it to the island of the Keepers, where the storm amulet is being guarded even though Kalmar is coming for it to awaken Wajira. Fortunately, the Keepers are ready for war and they will not let him get his hands on it. No, you can't do that. That's way too cool. Instead, just give us the amulet and we'll keep it away from him. I know that's not as cool as two armies fighting against each other, but it's for the greater good. They agree that there should not be an awesome fight, and they give them the amulet, except it turns out that it's a fake. They tell the other ninja to look for the real storm amulet, but Kalmar breaks in and leaves them stranded. Now the ninja are stranded on the island. Nia is very upset. However, Benthamar cheers her up by saying she can summon whales and bring them back to Ninjago, which she ends up doing. Wow, I'm so proud of her. The other ninja have made it to the Explorers Club, where Clutch Powers has placed the real storm amulet. However, Kalmar and his army also arrive to take it. Meanwhile, Nelson and Antonia are delivering newspapers, and Nelson gets upset because his friend is leaving him for another job at the Dairy Dragon. I can't believe you're leaving me, you traitor! Oh, come on, we can still be friends. I can even give you free ice cream. No, you need to deliver newspapers with me whether you like it or not! Also, they find themselves involved in quite the battle, and they consider being heroes. Don't even think about it. You're not heroes. Aw, man. Despite their efforts to stop Kalmar from getting the amulet, they fail. However, the Hydro Bounty arrives, and Nia goes after Kalmar. She is successful in getting the amulet back.
We got a #1 victory royale.
They have the amulet stored in a safe area, but it turns out it's actually a fake! Later on, Nia and her allies encounter Gluttonous. He explains that the real storm amulet was placed into Wajira, and she has finally awoken from her slumber. And she is ready to cause some chaos with Kalmar controlling her. Gluttonous is responsible for helping a madman, instantly regrets it. He has come to realize that he's made a bad career choice. Now the entire city is being flooded. Fortunately, help arrives. Kalmar and Wajira make it into the city, and the ninja have to stop them. Unfortunately, Jay gets caught and he's thrown out into the sea. Ugh. On the bright side, Nia comes in to distract them. Meanwhile, deep below, Jay is in trouble because he's about to drown. However, he gets saved. In a building somewhere, the good guys are hiding from their opponents, and Jay is not doing so well because he inhaled a lot of water. In order to resolve this conflict faster, Nia merges herself with the sea to become extra powerful. Now Nia is ready to face Wajira. How could she possibly lose? Unfortunately, she gets destroyed. No! However, Kalmar gets attacked and his control over Wajira is destroyed. And then he gets eaten. Now that no one is controlling Wajira, she is extremely dangerous and is going to destroy everyone. Fortunately, it turns out Nia is fine, and she goes into one of the amulets to vaporize her. The sea creature has been destroyed, and now they are victorious. See ya! Oh, and also Nia decides to live in the ocean. Everyone is sad that Nia left them behind, and the ninja are gonna have to deal with life without Nia. Meanwhile, Nia is enjoying herself in the sea, and she's probably not gonna be coming back anytime soon. Well, until the next season. No, I won't! A secret criminal operation is going on, but they get busted by the new ninja. We are so much cooler than the main characters you all know and love.
No, you are imposters! The old ninja decide to investigate the whole thing for themselves, so they try to bring the whole band back together. Kai is willing to join them, but Lloyd, not so much. Aww. Jay unfortunately decides not to join because he is too upset about what happened to Nia when she became part of the ocean. Yeah, no way, I'm too sad. The ninja are willing to accept their losses, but then they have hope indicating that Nia has not been forgotten. Meanwhile, Nia has been in the ocean for a whole year, and then she remembers everything. I suddenly remember everything. The ninja go on their investigation, only to hit a dead end. However, the criminals from before show up, and then they get defeated by the new ninja. Ah, we're so much better than you. The ninja are upset that things didn't work out as they were planning, but then Nia returns, only for her physical form to destabilize. However, Zane is able to help with that. They discuss the best way to save Nia, which is to drain her power. Fortunately, Skylar comes in to keep Nia frozen. So Lloyd, Kai, and Zane break into prison to save Esphira, while Cole and Jay look for her scepter, which will be used to drain Nia's power. Unfortunately, it's not where they expected. So the ninja go on a heist where they have to steal Esphira's scepter. However, they end up getting exposed. Meanwhile, Wu is getting humiliated. Once Esphira gets the scepter, she's able to drain Nia of her power.
Psych!
However, the new ninja have discovered their location and is coming for them. So Esphira has to do the right thing and drain Nia of her power while the ninja are fighting the new ninja. Lloyd is able to help Esphira escape, but he and the other ninja are not so lucky. At Crypterium Prison, the ninja have to adjust to life behind bars. Hey, haven't I seen this somewhere before? Lloyd is able to talk to someone for help, but it turns out to be a creepy guy who works for the Crystal King. Nia is trying to adjust to life without having her powers, but Wu inspires her to be a samurai just like she was before. Pythor is also in prison, until he gets an invitation. You have been invited to join the Council of the Crystal King. Mwahahaha. The ninja try to stop Pythor from escaping, but that doesn't work out so well. So long, suckers! Get back here! Now the ninja are being taken on a field trip to do some prison work, but then there's a distraction going on.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights?
Nia comes into Samurai X to help free the ninja. In the middle of the night, the ninja decide to split into two groups. Kai, Zane, and Dareth in one group, and Jay, Cole, and Lloyd in another group. Oh, and also this guy is here as well. You need to learn how to be a cool villain like me. No, I am not a villain! That sounds like something a villain would say. Kai, Zane, and Dareth travel into the desert, and they end up meeting Sally, who is an excellent singer. Wow, that is quite the audible sound of music of all time. The ninja regroup at Twitchy Tim's gas station. Lloyd plans to infiltrate the Council of the Crystal King by going in disguised as a villain. However, the cops show up. Fugitive sacrifices himself so the ninja can escape. I'll be remembered as the greatest villain of all time. No! The ninja go looking for the mechanic, but it turns out the mechanic finds them. Lloyd dresses up as the mechanic so he can infiltrate the Crystal Council. Unfortunately, the real mechanic gets away, which is going to cause some problems. Oh, not good. At the Council of the Crystal King, it is revealed that there's an imposter. Sassy! It turns out that the creepy guy working for the Crystal King is actually Harumi. Harumi explains that after she died in a falling building, she was resurrected by the Overlord who allowed her to live if she served him. Lloyd discovers the Overlord. The ninja are traveling in the abandoned subway system, and then they end up encountering some spiders. Now they're in trouble, until Jay discovers an old train, and goes crazy about it. Fortunately, they're safe, but not for long. The Council of the Crystal King break into the monastery.
Huh?
Unfortunately, they steal the golden weapons, and leave Wu and the others with a little gift. The monastery has been destroyed. The ninja are saved from the abandoned subway, since Samurai X came in to help. The Council of the Crystal King have brought the 4 golden weapons, and now they have unleashed the Crystal King, also known as the Overlord, into Ninjago. It's cooking time! And the Overlord makes all of the villains extra powerful. However, Lloyd is able to escape. See ya! Harumi tries to convince Lloyd to stay. I got a better idea, you're coming with me. And then Lloyd kidnaps Harumi, and then they fall. Lloyd and Harumi are alone in the jungle, until they're not anymore. The ninja come in to save Lloyd, but Harumi escapes. No! The Overlord's newest army, the Ventstone Warriors, are coming to cause trouble at a village. It also turns out that elemental power does not affect them. Lloyd and Nia find out there were signs of the Overlord returning from newspaper clippings. Lloyd and Wu go to investigate where the newspaper clippings came from, and it turns out to be Garmadon's apartment, which Lloyd is not too happy about. Garmadon explains that after the last time they've met, he's been turning over a new leaf and becoming more of a good person. But Lloyd finds that hard to believe just because he's an Oni. He also has a plant known as Christofern. And then the apartment gets destroyed. No! This gives Lloyd the idea that if he unlocks his Oni form, he will be able to destroy the Overlord for good. Lloyd tries to unlock his Oni form, but it fails spectacularly. Wow, my son is a disappointment. The Overlord comes to Ninjago City with a floating temple, and he's planning a large invasion. The ninja do their best to stop that from happening. Wu confronts the Overlord. Unfortunately, the ninja failed to save Ninjago. After crashing in Ninjago City, Nia wakes up, and then she has to deal with the mechanic. Fortunately, Jay comes in to save her. It also turns out that she still has some of her power returning. I am so glad that there are no consequences. Yeah! Wu falls into a river, and Nelson and Antonia are there to help him. I am so glad that there are no consequences! Pixel finds an unconscious Zane, and it turns out he's having an identity crisis.
I will be escaping prison on March 28th. After that, I will take over the world.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Ronan, Ultraviolet, and Kilo have broken out of prison recently, and they're helping Pixel. Kai and Skylar make it to a secret hiding place in the city, where they meet Wu, Nelson, Antonia, and some others. Also, Kai is hoping to make his relationship with Skylar more official. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the best time. Oh come on, Skylar, why not? Because it turns out she's been cheating on him the whole time. Oh, shut up, you know that's not true. At least, I hope not. Pixel is able to bring Zane to Borg Industries, and they're trying to fix him, but it's not working. It turns out Pixel may have to sacrifice herself so Zane will be normal again. It's really sad. But then they were able to fix Zane without that happening.
I am so glad that there are no consequences.
Nia uses her power to ask for help from one of their friends, Benthelmar. Cole, Vinny, and Blazy H. Speed make it to the radio tower, where they are able to ask for help from one of their friends, Vanya. The ninja find out the key to saving Ninjago.
The One Piece! The One Piece is real!
Actually, it's about 4 of the ninja unlocking dragon form, which they're able to do if they learn to jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin. Jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin! Ugh! In one last stand to save Ninjago, the Overlord gets attacked. However, the Overlord has the advantage by transforming into something more powerful.
Here we go again.
Lloyd and Lord Garbodon fail to defeat the Overlord. The Overlord also reveals that he was the one who corrupted Lord Garbodon in the first place and caused Harumi's parents to die. This makes Harumi very upset. And now she's a good guy. The ninja are ready for the final battle. Fortunately, they get some help. And the ninja are able to unlock dragon form. Now they are ready for the greatest fight of their lives. It's not going to be easy for them to be victorious. During the battle, Lord Garbodon dies. Son, don't forget that I love Christopher. This makes Lloyd angry enough to unleash his Oni form, and the Overlord is in a lot of trouble. After defeating the Council of the Crystal King, the ninja used the 4 golden weapons to create a 4-headed golden dragon to help Lloyd. The 4-headed golden dragon comes in to defeat the Overlord once and for all. No! Now he's been destroyed. For real this time. He's probably never coming back. It also turns out that Lord Garbodon is doing alright. I am so glad that there are no consequences. After creating the 4-headed golden dragon, it was too much for Kai, Jay, Cole, and Zane to handle, and now they are dead. Just kidding, they're actually fine. Oh, thank goodness. I am so glad that there are no consequences. Harumi is also there as well, and the ninja don't trust her. I don't know if we can trust her as a good guy. Yeah, like wasn't she the one who resurrected Lord Garbodon to be evil? She also broke your heart and was really mean to you.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Oh, okay, I guess we can redeem her. That's a relief. I'm so glad that there are no consequences. So Lord Garbodon says goodbye to his plant Christopher, and they work on rebuilding the monastery. I'm so glad that there are no consequences. And they all lived happily ever after, with no consequences, because that's totally how life works. For real, this is the actual ending. This is the end of the story. There's definitely nothing else going on.